Well, many of us are worried about buying items on that Christmas list. It's important to remember there are a lot of people out there who have almost nothing.
It's so important to remember that. An event tomorrow aims to package and deliver meals for 3,000 homeless people. The Clarence E. Phillips Ascend Foundation needs volunteers. And we have Kaino Phillips, the group's president and CEO, who is here in studio with us to give us a sense of what's happening. We understand you started in 2013, so it's been a while.
Yes, it has been. You know, and I appreciate you, Dave and Hillary, for both having me here.
No problem.
Yeah, it's really an amazing thing to go ahead and see when you get all these people just coming together because for a cause that's so much greater than just self.
Yeah.
You know, and to watch these people, the way they gravitate and they put in work too. They get in there and I mean, it's all sleeves rolled up, you know, and they're putting their feet to the ground and making things happen. And it became beat the outcome. You know, you're talking about 3,000 individuals going to go ahead and be touched with a nice meal. These some high quality meals too that these individuals are going to go end up receiving.
It does seem like it's grown over time. Like
it
when
has.
you first started, you maybe had just a few families, and now it's really become kind of a movement.
Yes, it has. I mean, it has a following at this particular point in time. I mean, even to the, social media is an important tool. You know, anytime we put it out there and you start having people coming up here from Ohio, from actually Indiana as well, you know, and also we get donations coming in from California and Texas. I mean, that's amazing to go ahead and see, you know, and all this, I mean, a lot of people have never even been to Pontiac or even Michigan, but just the fact of the matter, they know what homeless looks like, they know what struggle looks like, and so they find themselves wanting to go ahead and give back and support a worthy cause, and so, you know, we feel fortunate and blessed that, you know, we're able to go ahead and give a actual platform for that to take place.
How far can 3,000 go? You hear that number and it seems like a lot.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, originally we started with 750, but it's just the need just actually grew.
Sure.
You know, because what we do with those meals is that we take them out to every homeless shelter that you can think of. It's in Oakland, Wayne, and also Macomb County. And also we kind of go into some of those tent cities, which a lot of people do know. Some people don't know they actually exist out here. So we make it a point to try and touch everybody. You know, so sometimes we got to kind of go into some of the cracks and weave into some places and making sure everyone's getting touched.
And speaking about the state of homelessness in our metro area, we know that the point-in-time numbers that count how many homeless people are in Detroit, Hamtramck, Highland Park, Pontiac, that was actually down 15%. So we're seeing progress, but there are still a lot of people who are even sheltering outside in the cold.
Yeah, and, you know, and the one thing that's bad about it too, you know, another component a lot of people don't like to talk about when we start talking about the homeless side of things is mental illness. You know, so a lot of people are, you know, are kind of shying away from even finding themselves in situations where they are going to be counted. And that kind of goes to what you and I were talking about off camera with the fact that it matters, you know, you have people that actually die out here because of these cold, brutal conditions. And so that's why you want to go ahead and make it something as inviting and open as possible so people understand that these resources do exist. And also there's opportunity out there for you to go and find a better way to find a pathway for something that's so much more fulfilling in life. So.
And that's where our viewers come in. They could come out and help us out, kind of tell us how they can get involved.
Yes, most definitely. First of all, I do want to go and say this too. Yeah, the Ascend Foundation, we started the program, but there's a lot of groups and organizations that kind of went and sat up and put themselves out there. You'd be a part of it too. So I mean, and we could not do it. We couldn't cover the ground we cover, and not from 750 to 3,000. Nowhere in the world, you know. And these organizations are very important. You know, and I don't know if I have the opportunity to even go ahead and even say some of them, but I think it's important that people do know. A lot of people talk a good game about what's taking place out here, but not a lot of people roll up their sleeves and really do it. So.
It does seem like your organization also is taking kind of a multifaceted approach to improving your community. I mean, it is about changing cultural expectations, looking towards what the youth are doing to change our future, you know, going forward.
Well, the dynamic starts with them, most definitely. And, you know, and the thing is, you ever want to gauge the power of a community off of two things: your children and your senior citizens. Senior citizens, that wealth of knowledge, and kids are going to go. They're Generation X. They're going to be the next anchor women and anchor men. You know, politicians and doctors and lawyers and everything else that comes in between that too. So we got to go and invest in them. So that's what we're doing.
So what will happen tomorrow? What will people who volunteer? What will they actually be doing?
Well, they got to come and get ready to work. You know, 11:30 we're going to go ahead and kick off sharp. So 11:30, just come on in. We're going to have an assembly lines layout. So, you know, we got all these stations that we need people to go ahead and man. So we're going to have blankets we got to get taken care of. We got clothing items. We got a multitude of food that we got to go and make sure we get packaged, bagged up, and also too, bring your children out. Somehow there's a myth out here that is saying that it's not a place for children. Absolutely, it's a place for children. Bring your kids on out because we have a station where they put together these love notes. And I think that, I mean, out of all the meals is nice, but when they open up those bags and see those notes coming from kids, you know, just kind of giving them messages from their heart, I mean, you know, that's when the breakdown comes. You know,
and what a learning experience for the kids, too.
It is.
Such a great example.